Change your diet, change your life, change the planet.
Anyways, my question, you're obviously a really, really inspiring athlete. I've looked up to you for many years, just with basically your athletic performance. And just for most of the people in the crowd here, they don't really kind of know your backstory. They don't know where you've come from athletically. They can see your results now. So I was wondering if maybe you give like maybe a 2 or 3 minute snippet of basically how you used to eat, how you eat now. What are the changes, say, in just your day-to-day life that you've noticed?
I had a really terrible diet for most of my life. I've had eating disorders all of my life. Now, when I say all of my life, I still have eating disorders. They didn't go away. It's just I have different foods that I binge on now and different ways of dealing with it. But that's always been there. I have a genetic defect, so that I don't store a lot of fat, and that is actually a defect. People that store a lot of fat are actually genetically healthier than those people that don't store a lot of fat. I am the defect. I would not survive in a drought or a famine because I don't store fat well. But terrible, terrible diet. I used to drink Mountain Dew, tons of it every day. I would consume McDonald's probably 2 meals a day. My third meal would probably be ramen noodles with lots of cheese grated onto it. And I lived like that for decades. Quarter pounders with cheese, large fry, vanilla shake every day for lunch. And then after work as well, I would probably get a couple cheeseburgers. I was a really big meat eater. Tons of dairy as well. I grew up across the street from a dairy farm, so I probably drank a gallon of milk a day growing up. My mom just couldn't keep enough milk in the house. I was a decent athlete in high school, but by the time I got to college, I had lots of injuries, and I was also really starting to experience my depression, which has been a friend of mine for most of my adult life. So I just kind of fell apart in my early 20s, and my diet was horrendous, and I felt terrible after eating. Every meal I ate, I always felt terrible. And it wasn't until 1998 that someone told me about a vegan diet. I had lived in Los Angeles. I never heard about veganism. And they used the vanity angle to get me into it. They told me that I would stay young, I wouldn't lose my hair, and I wouldn't get wrinkly. And I was an actor in LA, so that sounded great, so I tried it. And what I noticed right away from going vegan was that I slept better. Been an insomniac most of my life, and as a standard American heavy meat eater, I rarely slept more than 2 hours a night, and it was always very unrestful sleep. But when I went vegan, I started sleeping much, much better. That was almost an immediate change for me. And then in 2004, I came down with chronic fatigue syndrome, and my depression really cranked up right alongside of it. And I started going down fast. And I got really scared. Had to quit my job, was really non-functional. And some friends of mine told me to try a raw diet. And I had bumped into a lot of people over the years who had eaten a raw diet, and I thought it was just the dumbest thing in the world. But when you're unable to work and don't want to get out of bed, you'll try anything. So I tried it and pretty quickly turned around. Like within a week, I felt better, and within 2 weeks, I felt better than that, and it just kept feeling better and better and better. I'd been in such a fog for so long that I didn't even realize what good could feel like. So after a year of being raw, I felt like a kid. I felt like I was 18, but I was 37. I decided to start running again. I hadn't run since, I think I quit in 1988. So from 1988 to 2005, I was not an athlete. And I started running. And had some really astounding progress right from the start, so I thought about making a documentary about it. And that's how the Running Raw project began. I didn't know what I was doing, kind of fell into it. I didn't really know much about the diet specifics or physiology or biochemistry. That's all something I've learned lately. Kind of fell into this and learned along the way. It wasn't a no-brainer right from the start. Definitely a learning process. And fell on my face a lot. That's how you learn. You fall on your face, and then you get up and you try something new, and then you fall on your face and you get up and you try something new. And I've posted videos online where I really don't agree with the information that I shared in them, because I've learned since then, and maybe that's not the best way to do it. But I leave those videos up because I want people to see my journey. I don't want them to just see where I am now. I want them to see where I came from, what I've been through, what the process looked like. So a lot of those videos are quite embarrassing to me, but that's part of the journey, and that's me falling on my face. And because of that fall, I got up and learned something and improved, made some changes. And I'll still keep doing that. I'm not done evolving yet or learning. Long way to go.